Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. Well, I predicted the future. The Cubs did sweep the doubleheader yesterday. I was there for the night game, and I even told God is great that Shohei Ohtani is going to hit a home run tonight. And he did. Let's see if I can continue to tell the future. All right, class is in session. Today is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. Today is lesson 5, which I was all set to set out to the golden boy, Paul Horning, but instead it goes out to Papa and Baby Bear. They were at the game yesterday. I did not see the message that they were going to be there. I really wish I would have saw that. I'm not great at comments, folks. That's something I need to get better at. I've been saying that for years, but I definitely need to get better at it. But they were there, and late last night, I was already home. So, as vendors, sometimes we go through the building, the bowels of Wrigley Field, going to the stadium. They call us the money makers, the last in and the first out, because we're really there the least amount of time of anybody, and definitely probably make more money than some of the other people that back, concessions back there. So that's what we're called. Lost my train of thought there a second. But anyways, some of the people yesterday for a doubleheader, they may have been there for 16, 20 hours possibly. Now, they'll be off here in a few days when the homestand is over, but it's a lot. And there's one group of people I'm always thankful for. They are doing the deep fryers. They have burgers cooking in the back. But it's also a place where I get my ice to keep all of my beers cold for the good customers of Wrigley Field. And that space is probably maybe 20 yards long and probably 4 feet wide, 5 feet wide. And the ice chest is in there. Every time I go in, I just start sweating profusely. But here's this group of people making all the good eats for the folks at Wrigley Field. But anyways, Papa and Baby Bear, I was about ready to go to bed. And then they went live. They were live, kind of showing you what Wrigley Field looked like late at night, showed the firehouse and everything. I eventually had to go to bed, just get up for school here in the morning. But they said they had a great time, and I also hope Nolan has a great first day of school. I think he said it's tomorrow, so hopefully it's a great school year for him. In 1920, the American Professional Football Association forms. Their president was Jim Thorpe. It later became the National Football League, the NFL, that's right. And in 1931, Don King was born. Who remembers Don King's hair way up here? Always loved a good Don King rant, the promoter there for Mike Tyson. All right, so today we have another TTM that's getting ready to go out. And I'm actually going to use a different card for this TTM. I love this photo right over here. That is of Vince Lombardi. And right there, that is Jerry Kramer. But I found this Upper Deck card. I bought it on eBay. I know that I have it. I just didn't have the time to go through. I'm like, I'll buy the card for $250, something like that. But you see Jerry Kramer, his face looking up at Vince Lombardi, just the kind of smile. And I just love that picture. So I'll be sending that to Jerry Kramer. Found a couple other ones here really quickly. Some more of the modern cards of him. Got a mosaic. Got a legacy card right there. That one is numbered. But here's my letter to Jerry Kramer. Now, I try to keep this one a little bit shorter. Jerry's almost 90 years old. I think January 23rd maybe is his birthday. I forget what my wife told me we're having for dinner today, but I remember Jerry Kramer's birthday, folks. So here's my letter to Jerry Kramer. My name is Vince Pavlonis. I'm a second grade teacher in Lisle, Illinois, and you are an important part of our class the past few years. When I heard your Hall of Fame speech, I knew it was a message young people needed to hear. Got a few bullet points there. So 1, Dusty Klein. You can if you will. Can what? So if you remember, Jerry was having a hard time at practice one day back in high school and kind of, down on himself. And his line coach came over there, kind of just pat him on the shoulder. And he said, you know what? One day you're going to grow into that body of yours and you're going to be a great football player. And, Jerry kind of got that pride back in his chest again. And just that voice from his coach is what motivated him. And I tell my students about that story. You can if you will. So one of the things we talk about here in the classroom. And also Coach Lombardi's principles. Being dedicated, working hard, those things we talk about, all those. But also approval and belief. So again, Jerry Kramer, he was having his first year with the Packers. in practice, he was having a hard time jumping off sides, penalties, Lombardi. He was yelling at him. That's to talk about, a kindergartner has the attention span of 30 minutes, and you don't even have that. So where does that put you? Jerry said he was checking the shoe shine on his shoes. But Coach Lombardi came back in the locker room and saw that Jerry was kind of head down and those things. He went over there and kind of fluffed up his collar, his hair, and everything, and said, you know what, son? One day you're going to be the best guard ever in the National Football League. And again, Jerry got that just strength. And I agree. I need to tell students, if they're doing something wrong, behavior-wise, whatever it is, but it's that approval and belief that they need. When they see that an adult gives that to them, they're just swelling with pride, and they could do anything really. And we also talked about teammates, being a good teammate. And Don Chandler was one of Jerry Kramer's teammates. And when Jerry was having a rough time with injuries, Lombardi wanted him to go home. Just, we'll pay your salary, stop playing football, it's not worth it. Jerry couldn't do a lot of the calisthenics and other things. So Don Chandler, the kicker, said, you know what, I will do mine, and then whatever you can't do, I'll do that part. So they had to run 3 laps around the facility to start practice. So Don would run his 3, and if Jerry could only run 1, Don ran the extra 2 for him. And Don Chandler sat right next to him during training camp that year, and that's what they did. And by the end, Jerry could do everything that he needed to do, but he said his career probably would not have continued without the help of Don Chandler. So to close my letter, it says, these Chicago kids may not be Packer fans. We do have some, but they love Jerry Kramer. I would love to share your autograph with them. Thank you, Vince Pavlonis. So hoping to get this one returned. Jerry does charge a fee, but I think for that, well worth it. But for now, class is dismissed.